What a coincidence. Whenever I'm going to talk about a weather game, it goddamn rains. Hello there, my friend. Quick question. Are you fond of the Katamari series? That Namco franchise where you play as the prince who collects objects small and large with a Katamari ball to create a star that the king of all cosmos wiped all out? Yes? No? Maybe? Well, we shan't be talking about that loveliness, but we shall be looking at a reversed copycat knockoff, specifically titled Tornado Outbreak. Do not ask where I found it, and do not ask about the price, because the one question that you should be asking to yourself is, what? Konami. That's how we're starting things off, I guess. Developed by a company that nobody knows named Loose Cannon Games, I bet. Released this sucker in 2009 on 360, PS3 and the Wii. For all the 2 people who bought Tornado Outbreak on day 1 of releases, they had no other games to play. Because Mini Ninjas and Beta Raider for the PSP wasn't good enough, I guess. Enough of the backstory, what's the game like? In the representation of a generic comic book you'd find in the 50-cent bargain bin behind the shelves of grander comic icons, Tornado Outbreak serves to be that. Our story focuses on a rookie alien tornado, aka a wind warrior named Zephyr, which, I gotta admit, is a cool name to own. And to make a quick synopsis on the overall storyline, a bunch of tornadoes that fly around the galaxy are on a mission to defeat the dreaded Fireflies. And that's all you really need to know. It's a harmless plot, although it does try to take itself way too seriously.
Nimbus reminded me that no one would follow me if I led with doubt. I needed to act like a leader. I called the troops together, intending to tell them that post-mission we'd help rebuild. I was cut off by Lodestar's distinctive chime. It had found another orb.
Which doesn't work. I mean, come on, the characters act like they came from a noir book in the cutscenes. That's not to say that there isn't a feeling of fun from Zephyr and such. There sort of is. They don't balance it and the dramatic side lifts higher more than it should. When I visualize the outer space sections of the scenes, I get a vibe of the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command TV show. That show has a lot of amusement and charm implemented, which is what I think Tornado Outbreak needed. Zephyr sounds bored when he speaks. I can just hear the voice actor in the booth instead of this character. Not as much pizzazz as I liked, and the side characters are pretty much barren and forgettable. Okay, so gameplay has no real assortment of variety. You start off as a small miniature tornado and rise from the ground up by sweeping away debris and pretty much ruining other people's lives. I'll get to that later. This is all you really do in each level, but adds a little more texture in some moments, such as capturing the Fireflies to gain speed boost, going through rings to gain speed to build up a monstrous, enormous destruction tyrant that leads to fighting a boss, which is typically a tiki minigame. But before fighting the boss, you gotta dodge the sun rays caused by the Fireflies. And yeah, that's about it. Building up a tornado is fun and destroying everything is satisfying when the frame rate can handle it. Then you realize you do this over and over again, and the only thing holding your hand to keep you playing on is the locations and the story that are subpar at best. But let's get to the icing on the cake with Tornado Outbreak. The thought of us playing as a tornado that kills people, ruins homes, and generally destroys towns is considered the hero. That is really bizarre. I'm probably going to think too much into this, but what a load of Jimbo Jumbo Jim Jam bog-eyed fruitcake nonsense. We are ruining people's lives and we're classified as the heroes? Seriously, that's just utterly horrific. I know, it's just a game that's lighthearted and all, but really? Zephyr even goes to say that the Wind Warriors are simply protectors of planets. Okay, I'll take that. Sure. Let's just destroy this hometown that are just going about their normal lives and screw it up. Alright, no problem whatsoever. We are heroes saving everybody in the galaxy. I think Fireflies serve less destruction than the Wind Warriors. I feel a bit negative. There's some good that's delivered in this package, from the looks, the style, and the game design. What I do find neat is that they give a decent excuse for the inclusion of invisible walls, and that's the fact that the Wind Warriors create a barrier to keep you away from the sun. The level navigation screen is amusing to look at, and again, that's all there is. So let's look at the big picture, which is the straight Jack Daniels bourbon fact that Tornado Outbreak is copying off a better game. Atari, Matari, Katari, Kamatari, Katamari. Let's play the comparison game, shall we? There's two massive differences between Katamari and Tornado Outbreak if I'm to compare the two. Very unfair of me, sure, but I kinda want to, cause, fun and such. This is to be a proactive Katamari event. Tornado Outbreak fans, prepare to pour the salt on your dinner. Anyway, Katamari has color in every sense, character, design, locations, game mechanics, and so forth. If this game could sing Sesame Street, it would, or a Japanese kids show, I don't know. Everything about it is a likable, bizarre nature that makes the series as a whole a unique franchise. Tornado Outbreak serves to be of the serious kind with its cutscenes, making the story a bit of a big bore to saw through. The gameplay pursues to be repetitive. Do you really want to waste time building a tornado from the ground up each level? I'll admit, it's wacky fun for the first 3 levels. After that though, it really needed to kick and spice up the ways of playing. The design and presentation is made out to be like a comic book, and it does fit well enough on its own merits, but the stuff beforehand diminished that. I don't care about the characters, the story, and the levels you verse into. I would say to play it in chunks, 2 levels in a day and do the next 2 later, otherwise you don't want to continue playing unless the intimidation of a digital trophies pique your fancy. I'm trying to think about the perspective of me as a kid, and I just don't see it. I could see myself playing the Gunstringer as a kid more than Tornado Outbreak. If they tried a more lighthearted approach to the whole game, some witty humour from Zephyr and the crew, it could have added some improvement. Adding more depth and changes towards levels definitely would have added more ticks on the checklist. Make some goals, have a level where you have to shrink down to size and relieve all the debris consumed. Tornado racing using the fireflies and moving around a racetrack. Fighting other tornadoes by throwing other... Why the hell am I even writing ideas for a tornado game? Why? Why am I doing this? Okay, this could have been a hidden gems game, but it doesn't get there, sadly. In the end, I don't really recommend getting Tornado Outbreak. It's not god-awful, but it's not exactly a fine goldmine either. That canteen money that you saved up over a fortnight could go towards food, admission to the movies, the pool, Sunday night disco, I don't know, something that is worth your days of living for the next few weeks ahead. It's like buying Tiger Woods' PGA Tour 2007. You don't buy it unless groin shots amuse you. But I don't really care. You can go for it for all you want. I'm just gonna play, something much more fortunate in my collection. So, as usual, my name is James, this is my game, and I bid you adieu. Bye bye.